Good morning. Today is Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I've lost track of time, which is a good thing. And I am going to address the question of where did we come from? What is the source of our existence? I will address that and also today address the idea of time, address the meaning of birth, death, and issues that are of extreme importance that once understood can lead to all kinds of freedom from existential conundrums. We all ask ourselves, where did we come from? What is the nature of our existence? What is the meaning of death? Does God exist? If God exists, does God care about us? Are we just an accident in a small planet, a little speck of dust in a minor solar system, in an ordinary galaxy, in the junkyard of infinity, or is something really profound going on? Is there meaning? Is there purpose? So these questions have been asked forever, and very wise people through the ages have reflected on these questions. They've reflected on the nature of existence. They've reflected on the nature of thought. They've reflected on the nature of reality, and they have reflected on every question that I just asked here right now. So to start with, I'm going to read a little bit from the book, You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self. The discussion boards are right here, discoveringyourcosmicself.com. If you pre-order the book, which will be available in February, on February 7th, you can get a free course offered by my co-author, Menas Kafatos, who's a quantum physicist and also a cosmologist, and myself. And I hope you will join us. But now let me start to read from the book, just a couple of paragraphs, and then I'll go into this discussion. Being connected to the cosmic mind is built into your nervous system. You were born to see light and hear sounds. Those abilities can also be traced to your nervous system. Specific areas will light up when music vibrates your eardrums and when fireworks glow in your retina. But the cosmic mind has no specific location in the brain. How do we know the cosmic connection is real, or that it is doing anything for us? A skeptic might point out that the lives of countless millions of people contain misery, poverty, and violence. Even the most fortunate lifetime will be visited with accident and disasters along the way. The skeptic will ask, of what earthly use is your so-called cosmic connection if we can't relieve the difficulties of everyday existence? For our answer, we have to look deeper into the setup of mind, both individual and cosmic. We mentioned that some things can be changed while others cannot. And in a third category belong things that may or may not be changeable. In fatalistic societies such as medieval Christian Europe, God was thought to be so powerful that the individual had little room to improve his lot in life. The present era, by contrast, is filled with aspirations. People seek not just self-improvement, but total transformation, which is why the notion of a conscious universe is taking hold right now and with such force. Such a universe is constructed to promote the expansion of consciousness in the individual. On that basis alone, we can talk about change and how to achieve it. Think of the world you're familiar with, a world of family, friends, work, politics, leisure time, and so on, as a self-enclosed system. Within this system, the parts fit together and hum along, giving little hint that there's a larger reality outside the box. If you're unaware of this larger reality, the potential for change is limited by what is allowed in your mind. You can change only that which you're aware of. You cannot change what you are not aware of. Therefore, the conscious universe might as well not exist because it has no effect on your daily life. Skepticism would be normal, natural response of someone who told you that you are connected at every second of your life to cosmic mind. Okay, so that's a little bit from the book. The book, once again, is You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. It's written with my dear friend, physicist and cosmologist, Menas Kafatos, and you can join the discussion boards right here on discoveringyourcosmicself.com. But now let me address this question in a way I hope you can understand it, and you will when you read the book and reflect on what I'm saying. Okay? So the first thing to understand is that no object in the universe can be separated from the experience of that object. Okay, so you would call this a coffee cup, and I would call it an experience. The experience is form, which involves seeing. The experience is smell, or you might say odor, which involves smelling. The experience is flavor, which involves tasting. The experience is sound, which involves this kinesthetic and visual experience that creates the experience of sound. And the experience is texture, which involves touching. And then the experience is interpretation of all that, which says coffee and cup. So there is no form without seeing. There's no such thing as an unseen form. There's no such thing as an unheard sound. There's no such thing as an untouched texture. There's no such thing as an non-smelt odor, no odor in the absence of smelling, and there's no such thing as an untasted flavor. this cannot be separated from the experience of it. So, all we have is experience, and then we have the interpretation of experience. No object can be separated from the experiencing of it, and the experiencing of it is in a witnessing awareness, which we call the self. The self. The self is that in which all experience happens, occurs, is known, and if you understood what I said just now, out of which all experience is made. Okay? That's why we say, you are the universe. I am the universe. A lot of people have spoken about this through the ages, from Ramana Maharishi to Atmananda, Sri Atmananda, to the great transcendentalists, Aldous Huxley, Emerson, Thoreau, Walt Whitman, Schopenhauer, Immanuel Kant, Schrödinger. They're called non-dualists that maintain that the only reality is consciousness, awareness, and all experiences occurring in that awareness. So right now, the experience you're having, which is watching this guy who is temporarily given the name of Deepak Chopra, whose present form is the one that you're experiencing, that experience is happening in awareness. And awareness is not a personal property, it's the common ground of all experience. Also, awareness is not in time, only the experience appears to be in time, but it is also ultimately not in time. Because where you're having the experience in awareness, that is not in time, and the experience is always now. When you think of the Big Bang, when you think of dinosaurs, when you think of the past, that thought is now. That thought is now. There is no experience other than now. And now is not a moment in time. Time is a perceptual cognitive illusion when you identify yourself with an experience. The experience of the body, the experience of the mind, the experience of the world. And what is that experience? It's just right this moment an experience of sense perceptions, thoughts, feelings. Dot Hayes asks, now has passed? Now never ends. Now is the presence in which all experience happens. Okay? A moment in time is actually a misnomer. A moment in time is actually a misnomer because moment itself is a misnomer. Right? There's only presence and experience, and all experience is now. All experience is now. All perception is now. All mental experience is now. Period. Now let's take this a little deeper. You are not your body. Your body is an experience. And your body is an experience now. And your body is a changing experience in now. And what is the experience? Sensation, sense perceptions, smell, taste, form, seeing, sound. Okay? That's it, and it's all now. So, in the deeper reality, there is no such thing as a body. Okay? That's the interpretation of experience, which is now. There's no such thing as a mind. That's the interpretation of experience that we call thoughts, emotions, now. Okay? Experience is now. And what is experience? It's the movement of consciousness or awareness now. That's why in wisdom traditions, and by the way, there's some great modern interpreters of that. Please look them up. Rupert Spira, Francis Lucille, many others, but those come to mind, and I really do appreciate the teachings of Rupert Spira, whom I've gotten to know. So experience is now. The body is an experience. Actually, the body is a concept of experience now. The mind is a concept of experience now. And the concept, of course, is perpetually reinforced, but it's still a concept. The body is the symbolic representation of experience now. The mind is a symbolic representation of experience now. So is the world. There are no objects outside of experience. You wouldn't know if they existed. There is no physical reality outside of experience. There is no body outside of experience. There is no mind outside of experience. So we can say very comfortably that you are awareness, and all this is awareness. All this is awareness, and that alone is. So when we awaken to the presence in which experience happens eternally now. So, in wisdom traditions, awareness, now, existence, consciousness, being are all one. Same entity, different names. Now, we are calling that cosmic mind. You cannot not be connected to it, because it is the basis of everything that we call reality. But what we call reality is the experience in the ultimate reality, which is being, which is consciousness, which is awareness, which is existence, which is one being in which there seems to be infinite entities as knowers, infinite modes of knowing, infinite objects known or observed, all happening in being. Ludiocha Carlos says, got it, only a concept. Yes, your body is a concept, your mind is a concept, the universe is a concept. You are the only reality. So where did we come from? We always are. Where did we come from? We always are. What is birth? Birth is a beginning of a particular continuum of experiences. What is death? Death is the termination of a particular continuum of experiences. Where do we go after we die? Nowhere. Only the experience stops presence is always there. The presence can recycle into new experiences if it so chooses, or it can rest. For how long? Well, long is not a term that is applicable because presence is not in time. Okay? Where did we come from? We always are. Where do we go? We always are. What is death? It's the termination of a particular continuum of experiences. Death does not happen to you. Death happens to an experience. An experience dies in every now. In every now. Because experience is born in every now. Why bother? Because once you realize that you are not in the body is in you. Once you realize that you're not in the mind is in you. Once you realize that you're not in the universe is in you, then you're home free. And in future sessions, I will address the idea of how through qualia chemistry you can change the quality of your experiences so you can get out of this madness, this insanity, this collective psychosis that we have created, which is a world of violence, war, unsustainability, social and economic injustice, on and on. We can change all that by changing the quality of our awareness and the quality of our experiences. Okay, so Laura Clark-Lee says, Deepak, if you pre-order the book, do you know when we might receive it? You'll receive it on the 7th of February. I would love to take it on vacation with me on March 5th. Yes, you can do that if you pre-order it now, and you can also join the free online course offered by Minas Kafatos and me. So the book is once again, You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. The discussions are right here on the website that is there underneath this video, and the website is called discoveringyourcosmicself.com. So I will finish today's discussion with a poem or a couple of poems from Tagore, and he's speaking from the point of view of the separate self who has forgotten her home in that which is timeless, that which is being. On many an idle day I have grieved over lost time, but it is never lost, my Lord. You have taken every moment of my life in your own hands. Hidden in the heart of things, you are nourishing seeds into sprouts, buds into blossoms, and ripening flowers into fruitfulness. I was tired and sleeping on my idle bed, and imagined all work had ceased. In the morning I woke up and found my garden full with wonders of flowers. So in timeless being is the experience that we call time. So one more poem and then I'll finish. Time is endless in your hands, my Lord. There is none to count your minutes. Days and nights pass, and ages bloom and fade like flowers. You know how to wait. Your centuries follow each other, perfecting a small wildflower. We have no time to lose. We have no time to lose, which means the separate self. And knowing and having no time, we must scramble for our chances. We must scramble for our chances. We are too poor to be late. And so it is that time goes by while I give it to every querulous man who claims it. And your altar is empty of all offerings to the last. At the end of the day, I hasten in fear lest your gate be shut. But I find that yet there is time. Yet there is time. Be still for a moment and experience yourself as timeless awareness. Timeless awareness. Only a return home to where we always were can heal ourselves. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring is to arrive where we started from and know the place for the first time. So thank you once again. You can join all our discussions. These discussions, you can ask me questions. I'll be happy to answer them, either in writing or through video. The discussion board is discoveringyourcosmicself.com, and the book is You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. Okay, thank you. Namaste.